What is up, everybody? My name is Tobless and welcome back to another movie review video. So I'm joined by
Chloe.
Yeah, and we're gonna review Superman today, which is a fun movie. But yeah, anyway, not gonna waste your time. Let's just jump straight into the video.
Superman is a 2025 superhero film based on the popular character from DC Comics. Written and directed by James Gunn, it is the first film in the DC universe produced by DC Studios and the second reboot of the film series Superman.
Okay, so basically when it came to audience reviews, there was a lot of mixed stuff basically over when it came to the comparison between Zack Snyder and James Gunn, because both of them made Superman films. Zack's was Man of Steel, and obviously the other ones when it came to Batman was Superman and the Justice League, but the Snyder Cut. And then now James Gunn making his first official Superman film. There's like a clashing between the two, which is like, no, Man of Steel was fun and it was the darkest, grittiest, most movie ever, and people liked that. Some didn't like it, but others loved it because that's the one that they grew up with. When it comes to comparison with this year's Superman, it's not the same as it was, which of course, it's fine. This is a different take on Superman's character. It's more bright, it has more humor than how Man of Steel was, when Man of Steel was more serious. To James Gunn, it's more bright, it's more humor, it's more exciting, it makes it family friendly, and it's not like a lot of, the whole family can see that. So basically, when it came to reviews from the audience, people were more impressed by the visual stunning effects and basically praised the actors' performances, especially when it came to Nicholas Hoult, who plays Lex Luthor. When it comes to Lex Luthor, every single scene when it comes to him is just a hater for Superman. It will basically irritate you in a way of how much this guy hates Superman for some reason. And it's funny also because that guy will do anything just to make Superman sound bad or look bad. But I understand it's part of his character. It's Superman's mortal enemy, not mortal enemy, but just like one of his enemies. It really doesn't like him.
Just hate the character, don't hate the person that actually plays the character.
There we go.
Making sense.
Yeah, but Nicholas Hoult really knows how to make people not like him for a movie, which is, it was his job to basically portray that. So anyway, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so this is just the basic plot of Superman. Everybody knows obviously the introduction and the origin of Superman. It just does it very quick. At the beginning of the movie, it just shows text as you see the landscape of Antarctica, wherever it is, where the Fortress of Solitude is. Obviously it's in a snowy place, so it just shows basic videography of just the Icelandic place as the text just showing the origin of that happened, that happened, that happened, that. Obviously we know it's 30 years in the past. Joel and Laura is the parents of Superman, which, by the way, the dad for Superman is played by Bradley Cooper. I didn't even know that. Which is a random ass thing. I was shocked, but anyway, they send Kal-El, which is Clark, which is Superman, to Earth.
So, 3 weeks after Superman stops an invasion by Bavaria, the US government begins to worry about Superman's powers, and Lex Luthor says that he will do anything in his power to defeat Superman
himself. Okay, so obviously when it comes to that, now Superman and Lex are fighting, but not actually Lex. There's something called the Hammer of Boravia, which is, I'll get to that now, which is this thick, bulky suit that Ultraman is basically inside. So it's basically Ultraman versus Superman, and then it comes into this intense, very, very detailed fighting sequence between Superman and Ultraman. whereby that is where you see the flight actually takes place, where all the CGI is just really amazing, and you can finally see people fight in the air while flying. There was some scenes in Thunderbolts where the Void was in the sky but he's not really flying, he's just there. But in this movie, Superman, you get to see the flying, you get to see the action while flying. Fast forward now, it's basically now the engineer, Ultraman, Lex, and some other people. They found the location of the Fortress of Solitude. They broke into it just to steal. You see the message that was sent with Clark. They wanted to steal that message just to see if there was anything hostile between Superman and coming to Earth in the first place. Sorry, it's low for the dog. Yeah, if there's anything hostile about Superman, they got the thing, they got the message, and that is when Superman realizes. He goes over to the place. The way how Superman realized was while he was busy fighting, it was like a pop-up on the news, and it was announced to every single person Superman's message that his parents sent when he came to Earth. As you know, the basic thing, yeah, they sent him to Earth, to protect life and things like that. But the twist on that was, as the parents was explaining, Superman always knew the first half of it, which is obviously the good stuff. But when it came to Earth, the file got corrupted, where he never knew what the ending part was, and apparently Lex corrected the whole video. So the last part of the video was basically to conquer Earth because of how weak Earthlings are, and Superman was starstruck because he never realized that, and people were starting to look at him differently. That is when we introduced to the other characters in this movie: Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, and Hawkeye. Which I should say, Guy Gardner is very fun in this movie, especially his haircut. And Mr. Terrific is, his powers, not powers basically, but the stuff he uses. It's really cool too. And basically the whole movie is just about, is Superman a good guy, or is he a bad guy? Lex is trying to force the bad guy image on him throughout the whole movie. Superman's trying to resurrect his image. So that's basically the whole movie. And when it comes to the third act of the movie, which is now the final fight or whatever, you really get to see what kind of good Superman really does. And that's when it comes to the emotional portrayal of the movie, where it doesn't really matter if Superman is like this immortal being or something like that. He came to Earth and he became more human as life went on. And it's really well shown, especially there's a specific part where it's like a showdown between Superman and Lex being face to face now, where Lex is just throwing every single thing at him, saying like, it doesn't matter what you do, you're still gonna look like a bad person. And Superman just comes out with every single emotion that he has, basically saying, I'm more human than you could ever be. I get scared, I get afraid, but it doesn't take away from my character. That's my greatest strength. Finally feeling like a human, and everything that comes with that. So it was really well shown in this movie of what Superman is. And yeah, I think it was a really solid take on the Superman character overall, over what we got before the DCU now. When it came to Henry Cavill's character, yes, it was dark and gloomy and everything like that, and it was portrayed somewhat, but not too much. But in this 2025 Superman, it really focused on the emotional side of Superman. Yes, there is some bright moments and things like that, but yeah, just focused more on that part, and Superman trying to balance being a superhero and his personal life. But yeah, I didn't know as well that you see the glasses that Clark Kent wears. I didn't know that when a person on the outside sees him, he looks way different. I just thought it was yeah, he wore glasses, but they're still Superman. Apparently, in his world, no one actually knows that it's Superman because of the glasses. But yeah, that's a cool thing that we found out. Okay, spoilers. At the end of the movie, Supergirl comes, which is Superman's cousin. Crypto is
not Superman's dog.
It's not Superman's dog, it's the cousin's dog. And basically we got to see how Supergirl is gonna look like in the movie that's coming up next year. So Woman of Tomorrow, I think. There we go. Woman of Tomorrow, I hope it is that. But yeah, we got to see the pocket universes. We got to see Manifesto, I think his name is, or Element Man. He was the reason why Superman could get weak, because he can literally create kryptonite out of nothing. He could even make a little miniature sun just pop out at the palm of his hand, which was really cool. Ultraman is Superman, literally same face, everything. Everybody thought that Henry Cavill was going to be Ultraman now, which is what would have been so cool. But it's just David Cornsweet being Ultraman and Superman at the same time. But that was a really cool fight scene. We got to see a black hole. It was very frustrating having Superman fighting everything while keeping a baby. It was Manifesto's child. It was just very frustrating. But when I say it comes to the emotional impact of the movie, it really gets you seated and it gets your butt all clenched.
Yeah, I cried.
Yeah, so now we're gonna end of the video. Rating 9 out of 10. Really good movie. I recommend to go watch it. And yeah, next review video is gonna be about Fantastic Four. So excited to see that. Pardon, I will be making a video on that definitely. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want more review videos with me alone or with Chloe, doesn't matter, you know, just leave a comment down below. But yeah, don't forget to leave a like and
comment and subscribe. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stop signing out. Peace.